Well, I just read Ultimate Black Panther #1, and we need to talk. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Paper Chase channel. Going to dive into Ultimate Black Panther with you today, the first issue. This video is actually going to be a non-spoiler review, a spoiler review and breakdown, and also an investment talk. So anything that you would want to know about Black Panther issue 1, I'm going to give you my initial take and opinions on it. Of course, as we do with all videos, if you would like to look in the description links below, you will find a coupon for $15 off your first purchase on Whatnot. And if you do want to support the channel in any kind of way, you can always do that by hitting the like button. All right, first things first, non-spoiler review. Something to keep in mind going into this is in this Ultimate Universe, there is supposed to be no superheroes at all other than the ones that the maker has allowed for them to be by his own design. So at this point, after Ultimate Invasion, you're kind of left to wonder, where are all these superheroes? Something important to do is, if you kind of want an idea of where this universe is at currently, in issue #2 of Ultimate Invasion, there's a prologue that starts off as the Maker's log, and this is kind of his memory log of where all of the superheroes are that he's already infiltrated or manipulated. And T'Challa, and keep in mind, there's no mention of T'Challa, Black Panther, T'Chaka, Shuri. None of those are on there. But the Maker's log is only one page out of, I think it says over 200 pages at the bottom of it. So this is just something to kind of note. I think we're led to believe that they were kept hidden from the maker. Now, overall, my feelings about the issue is I think it's a great start to an issue. I think it's promising. There are, as there tends to be in Ultimate Universe setups, some differences here. Some very interesting ones. I will save the details of that in the spoiler talk portion of the video. I thought the art was great. They set up an amazing conflict in the story, and it's 100% a good start for this series. The issue moves quick, it gets to the point, but it gives you a great idea of how the Wakanda, society and universe works in the 1660 universe, because that is the universe that all this takes place in. And my personal grade for Ultimate Black Panther issue #1 is going to be a 9.0 in the grading world that stands for very fine near mint. Okay, let's get into a little bit more details on this issue. So the story starts off with some workers in West Africa just going about their business, and then all of a sudden they get completely ransacked by Khonshu and Ra. Keep in mind, this is from the Maker's Illuminati, which was an Ultimate Invasion. He set aside certain villains and anti-heroes over certain sections of the world. Ra and Khonshu are overseeing Africa, and they are basically claiming all the land to themselves. From this scene, we actually go to finally see T'Challa. T'Challa is the king of Wakanda, still is the Black Panther. So he wakes up from a terrible dream. We see that his wife in this universe is actually Okoye, which is extremely different rather than Storm, who we've known so far in the past. This is one of the bigger changes in this universe. And here's where the major conflict in this issue comes. So now we basically cut to a throne room where we see T'Challa, Shuri, Okoye, the Dora Milaje, everybody's there, and they're greeted by two warriors or spies that actually saw the invasion happen in West Africa. And they tell T'Challa, like, hey, these people are coming. This is Ra and Khonshu. This is pretty dangerous. This is going to get serious real quick. Shuri wants to basically act quick, strike first. She's more of the Cobra Kai type. Strike first, strike hard.
You have a problem with that?
And T'Challa's kind of wanting to sit back and almost investigate the situation, get the facts, and make more of an educated decision rather than bring the country into war. Keep in mind, guys, these are the cliff notes. I still recommend you buy this book and read this book, or read it on Marvel Unlimited. But if you kind of just want to know the gist of like what's going on in this issue here, this is what I'm doing for you. Now, T'Challa, knowing of the invasion, ends up having a council with the entire of Wakanda. This is something that he's going to address on his plan of action when it comes to dealing with Khonshu and Ra taking over West Africa. But before we get to the end of the issue where T'Challa addresses Wakanda on what his plans to deal with Khonshu and Ra are, we cut to another portion of Africa where we meet two same but different heroes. So in West Africa, they showed this little kid kind of just playing on a beach, playing with a soccer ball, and the same part of Khonshu and Ra's army that we saw in the beginning of the issue now show up to this new village, but not if Killmonger has anything to do with it. And his outfit is different and just destroys all of these dudes and tells all of the villagers there, if the gods in the hidden kingdom won't save you, then Killmonger will. And he's accompanied by one other person, a giant bolt of lightning in the sky that he calls the Wind Rider. Now this is where things are going to get a little interesting, because T'Challa's typical wife, Storm, now is pairing up with Killmonger and is known as the Wind Rider. This is probably one of the most intriguing, best questions that were presented with in this issue. Now for the end of the issue, T'Challa is about to address Wakanda, and he's got his father on stage with him, plus a couple of members of the Dora Milaje, and he is about to tell Wakanda what his plans are, how they're going to handle the invasion of Khonshu and Ra, when all of a sudden, a member of the Dora Milaje completely disrobes, revealing that she has a suicide vest on, a bomb strapped to her chest, and completely kills herself in the name of Ra and Khonshu to try to take out T'Challa and T'Chaka. And what do you know, at the very last minute, T'Chaka pushes T'Challa off of the platform, saving him and dying for him in the process. Pretty heavy, pretty sad. The Dora Milaje, Wakanda's main military, has been infiltrated and is now untrustworthy. And the issue ends with T'Challa telling some of his men to go get his queen, go get the Voodoo Khan, and tell them that Wakanda is at war. Pretty crazy first issue. A lot happened. They moved through it very well. Pretty enjoyable. So those are your details, your cliff notes. Now, do you want to pay $40 to get this? Let's talk the price. Let's talk the money side of comics, huh? There are currently 6 main variants for this book. You have the Ethan Young cover, which is pretty cool looking. I like it. Not bad. You have a costume concept design cover that is just taken from, I believe, Stefano Caselli. One of my favorite covers is the Karen Darbo cover, which is really cool. And then as far as potential for different covers go, I'm starting to think that the Boss Logic cover might be the one to watch. Now keep in mind, this is Wednesday, New Comic Day. Literally just picked the issue, read it, and now doing this video. So I'm completely unaware of what the market is doing. Prediction is that I think that this might be one of the covers to watch, because her being now known as the Wind Rider, she's the biggest question mark in the first issue, and Boss Logic is just an amazing artist and presented an amazing cover here. So this might be something that could go up in value. Not telling you to buy this. I'm just doing a little bit of market book prediction. That's it. The question is, how different really can Storm be for people to completely consider her almost a new character? I don't think it's going to be that different, though I am interested to see where it goes. All right, diving right now into eBay. The time of filming this is New Comic Book Day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're seeing the Karen Darbo issue is selling for about $17 right now. There's been a sale for a cover A and the Boss Logic cover for $70. Let's see. The cover A is selling for about $25 at this point, and that would mean that Boss Logic cover sold for roughly $45, which, again, I'm not surprised. So yeah, cover A's look like they're selling for about $25. Multiple ones look like they're selling for about $25. We have a $30 sale for a Boss Logic one. We have a $15 sale for a Boss Logic comic. I feel like we might see a small uptick in that Boss Logic variant. It seems to be the one. It's a great cover too. Now, my personal opinion on where all this lies with FOMO and things like that. Look, there's no new major first appearances in this book. It is a solid start to what looks like a promising story, but right now, keep in mind, as the day goes on, more people are going to get their copies. They're going to flood eBay. So if we're seeing, $25 sales right now at this point, midday New Comic Book Day, it could even drop down maybe to like the $12 or $15 price point by the end of today or tonight, because a bunch are going to hit eBay. I don't think this is going to have quite the propulsion that Ultimate Spider-Man #1. That was Hickman. It's Spider-Man. It had the whole Mary Jane dynamic going on. It was perfect. I think this is going to see a quick little uptick, and then I think it's going to come down even quicker than Ultimate Spider-Man #1. Again, no new first appearances. If you're looking to grab this issue, I definitely would not get it right now. You know, wait wait a wait a couple months until it calms down, or just keep on checking your LCS. Keep in mind, some LCSs will get additional copies as the week goes on. I know for my Ultimate Spider-Man #1, they did not have it on the first day it came out, but they were waiting on another shipment, and that's how I got my copy. That's it. That's about all that there is to be said for Ultimate Black Panther issue #1. It's a great tie-in and section of the new Ultimate Universe with some cool covers, promising. Definitely look forward to more of that in the future. Did you guys read it yet? If you did, what did you think? Let me know in the comments section below. Hit like on your way out if you want to support the channel, and we'll see you on the next page.